They were second. And it was Katie Vincent and Laurent Vincent Lepoint from Canada in third. And Katie Vincent will see her racing with a new partner in lane 6. So there's the lineup. You have France in 1, Poland in 2, Canada in 3, Germany in 4, Cuba in 5, Canada once again in 6, Germany in 7, Poland in 8, and Ukraine in 9. I think there's a little problem with the graphic there. Lane 3 actually is Sophia Jensen and Julia Lily Ossend. We'll get to that in just a second. There we can see the developing French crew, Axel Reynard and Eugénie Dorange, based in Versemont, which will be the site of the next Olympic Games in only 2 years' time, just east of Paris. In lane 2, Sylwia Szczerbinska and Julia Walczak. And then we'll see. Now this is a developing crew. Sophia Jensen, Julia Lily Ossend, Jensen there, under 23 world champion, really ever developing. The whole Canadian squad having a good World Cup this weekend. And some really pleasing results also in Rachice last weekend. Then we've got the Germans, Lisa Jahn and Sophie Koch. Lisa Jahn was second in the C1 500 meters last weekend. Now here we have the exciting crew, the Cubans, ever improving. Yaroslavdis Dubois and Catherine Segura picked up a lot of medals last weekend. Katie Vincent in the front of that Canadian boat. She's the Olympic bronze medalist and largely responsible for the development of a lot of these young Canadian canoe paddlers. She's along with Sloane Mackenzie. Then the second German crew of Isabel Zanin and Annika Lusk. Katarina Spurskiewicz and Alexandra Jakiewicz. Polish crew who were 8th last weekend. They'll look to do better than that this time round on home water. And Yulia Kulensk and Tetiana Smilyovenko from the Ukraine go in 9. You might have expected to see Ludmila Lutzan and Anastasia Chetverikova. We will see Chetverikova a little bit later on, but not in this event. Now, it was the Cubans who were really performed so excitingly last weekend. Very, very young crew, these Cubans, just 20 years old. Dubois was winner in the C1 200. They were second in this event, C2 500 last weekend, and they won the C2 200. So they're in great form, really exciting, really powerful. Expect them to leap out of the blocks. Final of the C2 women 500 meters. Nervous moments right now. Not quite sure why the start was holding them for so long, making it very difficult for these canoe paddlers, but not difficult at all for those in picture there. The Cubans, fantastically strong over that first stroke. There'll be a contrast between them and the Canadians in lane 6 next to them. Katie Vincent, such a smooth and efficient paddler, and the Cubans, powerful and dynamic. There they are. Yaroslavdis Dubois in the front, setting the rhythm. It's so important that Katerina Segura backs her up, putting the power in exactly the same part of the stroke and trying to keep it long. They have a high stroke rate, but you just saw them drop that now and move into the second phase, the transition into the middle of this race, of this 500-meter race. And with the lead at the moment is the Cubans. The Germans looking really strong at the moment, and two to the Germans' right. The young Canadian crew, Sophia Jensen and Julia Lily Ossend. A name to watch for the future, definitely, both of those paddlers. Having a great season, and they'll be really looking forward to the World Championships on their home water in Halifax, Nova Scotia, coming up at the beginning of August, and hoping perhaps to claim their spot for their country, and maybe just in this particular race. Polish crew there in lane 2 are really moving up on the Cubans, and the Cubans now have something to do with 100 meters to go, and it's the Polish that take the lead. They've seen the gold and bronze medal winners in the women's K4. They fancy a little bit of that themselves. They've set the lead, but things may be beginning to change. Time and strokes are running out now for the Cubans. They really have to put the pressure onto the Poles in lane 2. It's going to be who can hold it together best. Cuba just managed to get their nose ahead of the Poles. And I think it was Germany there in 3rd place. Well, whatever happens with these two Cubans, it's an exciting race, you can guarantee it. They blasted out of the blocks to what is becoming their usual start. Just settled, you saw the transition, the stroke rate drop, trying to keep it long in the middle. Almost gave away too much early on, but came back strongly towards the end. And you can see there, the white boat in the middle of your picture, they jumped away to the best of the starts. There they are. And there's still so much more to come from these young, tall and athletic Cubans. Great deal of potential there, still to be tapped into. Going through the halfway point in 1st place, but it was the Poles to the right of your picture in lane 2. Entering into the red boys, had more of the boat speed, but the Cubans were able to go through the gears once again within the red boys, and with about 30 meters to go, just took the lead from the Poles, held their stroke and their technique together, and that's what counts over the finish line. There they go. Cuba lane 5, Poland lane 2, Germany lane 4. And there's the lunge for the line. They shoot the bow over the line. And as long as they're still in the boat as they cross the line, that will count. The Cubans do that well. They time it right. Didn't need to this time round. They had enough of a lead. But good practice nonetheless. And hopefully very shortly we'll see them. They're just circling around on the pontoon, as is Ross down there like a vulture waiting to pounce. And he'll get an interview with them shortly. We'll confirm the results. Du Bois and Segura just under the 2-minute mark for the Cubans in 1st place. Speszkiewicz and Jakiewicz, Polish crew in 2nd, and Zanin and Lusk, the Germans, in 3rd. And just ahead, in fact, it was the Canadian crew, I think, of Jensen and Lily Osend, who got the better of Katie Vincent and Sloane Mackenzie. But we'll clear that up for you very shortly. And we should see the two Cubans down with Ross on the pontoon very shortly.
Oh, sorry. Wow, that was close. A bit too close.
Thank you. Oh.
How was the race?
It's amazing, but obtained goal in finish. Yeah, it's very good.
Now, show me your hand. Your hand is very sore. Show me your hand. Is it okay? It's okay?
Yeah.
It was very sore in the semi-finals, but now it seems that it didn't affect your race today. You were strong still?
Yeah, it's very strong. She is strong. Yeah, I know.
Now, in Spanish, you can say, how was it for you? You can talk in Spanish.
Para mí es muy emocionante porque al final de la regata casi pensé que íbamos a perder, pero no. Y ya al final le dije vamos y subimos y bueno, ganamos. Pero estoy muy feliz, muy contenta, gracias a Dios. Y bueno, esto va dedicado especialmente a mi pueblo querido de Cuba, que siempre está apoyándonos, a mis compañeros, el colectivo de entrenadores que han estado apoyándonos todo este tiempo, y en especial a toda mi familia.
Okay, congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Well, great result for those fantastic, exciting young Cubans. And Du Bois there, a problem with her hand, but didn't let it bother her. They came through strongly towards the end, ahead of Poland, Germany in third, and in fact, it was the Canadian crew of Vincent and Mackenzie who took the 4th place ahead of their teammates. And that could be important